What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Red Seat Radio. My name is Corbin, and before we get into anything today, I do want to let you know that we have changed the date of this week's live stream till tomorrow. That's 4 p.m. on Sunday, mostly because of the fact that these California games are super late, and I didn't want to stream for you guys until 3 a.m. and force people to be up until 3 a.m. with me. But if you haven't been to one yet, they are a ton of fun, and I highly recommend you stop by. It's a great way to get to know the rest of the Red Seat community. So again, that is Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you guys get there. Anyways, on to today's video. We are talking about something that I probably should have made a video on a while ago, but I think a lot of the reason I didn't was because of the fact that the Red Sox ended up on this losing streak that they were on for a little bit, combined with the fact that I was sick, got lost in the weeds. But anyways, this is about our second most anticipated prospect, Triston Casas. In fact, he might even be the most anticipated prospect because of how close he is to being a major leaguer, but that might change. It was announced last week that Triston Casas has suffered an ankle sprain and his development is officially delayed. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about how long and how this affects Triston Casas. We're going to talk about what this means for his development process, and we're going to talk about how this affects the 2022 Red Sox, because it definitely has a pretty big impact on that. But before I do get into that, do me a favor, make sure you guys have hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We are only one singular subscriber away from 1,200, so let's see if we can get there in this video. Also, make sure you guys are hitting the like button on these videos as well. If you're new here, it is the best way to help this channel out, and it would mean a lot to me. Thank you all very much for clicking on this one. Let's get into it. So I'm sure the big question that everyone wants to know is, how long is Triston Casas going to be delayed for? Well, he sprained his ankle about a week ago, maybe a little bit over a week, but as of Friday, he was starting his rehab assignments in Fort Myers. If you don't know, whenever a minor leaguer gets relatively seriously hurt, they do a rehab assignment in Fort Myers, Florida. And he'll probably have to do a few games down there, not just a couple, a few. So in my opinion, his delay will probably be about a month until he's back on Worcester. So you're looking at probably about July, maybe even mid-July, until we see him back on that Worcester roster. And there is one thing about this report that really stood out to me and is very concerning in my opinion, and that is the fact that before he went down to Fort Myers to start his rehab assignment, Triston Casas requested a second MRI just to be sure that nothing was wrong. And the reason this is concerning to me is because it feels like in that regard, he doesn't fully trust the fact that his ankle is back and fully healthy and ready to go to start a rehab stint. It is also concerning because, well, not only was he brought up to Boston to make sure that he's got the best of the best doctors, not only was he taken care of in the best way possible, but he doesn't fully trust that. And I don't know if that's a good sign going forward. Obviously, this injury is pretty important in two separate reasons. The first is that it hinders Triston Casas' development on a personal level. He was supposed to make his major league debut a little bit before or a little bit after the All-Star break, but obviously with this delay in injury combined with the fact that he wasn't exactly letting the world on fire in the minor leagues, probably in my opinion delays that even more, to the point where I really wouldn't be surprised if he's not on the Red Sox at all in 2022. If he doesn't get his major league debut until 2023, regardless of how good he feels coming back from that injury, the Red Sox just simply might not want to risk bringing him up with that injury history and let him finish out his season in Worcester before he's even given the chance to come up on the Red Sox. It doesn't help Triston Casas either that guys like Duran, Fitzgerald, and other guys like that have been tearing it up in the minors. So Triston Casas' injury on a personal level to Triston probably means that he's slowly moving down that pecking order for call-ups come September, come injury time, anything like that. It seems as though this might hinder that a little bit. But on the grand scheme of things, this is yet another delay in a big piece, or what was supposed to be a big piece for the 2022 Boston Red Sox. First, you have Sale being injured, now you have Casas, and obviously Sale has a much bigger impact on the Red Sox than Triston Casas, because as much as Triston Casas is a highly touted, very talented prospect, Chris Sale is a leader on this team and a true ace when he's fully healthy. But with Bobby not hitting the way that he was supposed to hit this year, with Franchy not being able to field really well, which again isn't Franchy's fault fully. He had never really played first base all that much, so him coming into the bigs, it's like a Kyle Schwarber situation basically. He's hitting really well and you really love his bat right now, but his defense could cost you some runs, it can cost you some games, and that's just not really what we're looking for. We don't have in both Franchy and Bobby a true whole first baseman, which makes the hole that Triston Casas would fill even more glaring. Because he is a good defensive first baseman, he's got contact, vision, power, and he really is a full and true first baseman. That is more desperately needed right now, in my opinion, than Chris Sale, but obviously the impacts are completely different. So the delay in Triston Casas is definitely not a good thing for Casas, and it's not a good thing for the Red Sox. But if we look kind of glass half full a little bit, Bobby Dalbec's starting to heat up just a little bit. In the last week, the last 7 days, he's hitting 300 with 6 hits and 2 RBIs. Not a huge sample size, but it doesn't take a lot to get guys going. We all seen it before where a guy has a 2-for-3 game or a 2 home run game, or he walks 2 times and gets a single, and that sort of sparks the offensive powerhouse. If Bobby Dalbec can spark this offense that he so desperately is missing this year, it is the perfect time to do so. His job is now more than ever more in question, and if he can perform, he can give himself a better spot on this team. Again, at the end of the day, this video is about Triston Casas, and it does suck that he is injured. Let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think of Triston Casas as a prospect in general, and when are you now expecting Triston Casas to be called up? He's got the month delay. Do you think that this ruins his chances of coming up in 2022 like I do? Do you think that this doesn't change anything and he'll still be up before the All-Star break? Let me know all your thoughts down below. As always, if you've made it to the end of these videos, do me a favor, make sure you guys have hit that subscribe button. If you made it to the end of the video, you clearly enjoy the content, you might as well subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure you guys are hitting the like button on these videos as well. Pretty much same concept, right? If you watch the video all the way through, you really do enjoy it, so you might as well like it. Thank you all very much for clicking on this one, and I will see you in the live stream and in the red seats.